Hello, and welcome to an extra hot episode from the Pink Seats podcast here in the digital Kern's Corner HOTWORX studio.
Yep.
If you don't know where we're at already, we got it in the little box right here running across the front of us. We're live from HOTWORX Stony Brook. They've been a friend of the program. Jacob and Vince, they were able to make it out for the pit preview episode. They were posted up outside though. And me and Vince were talking, and we just decided, hey, let's take it up a notch. Let's do an actual episode inside. I'm informally calling it a hot box. I don't know what they actually...
It is an infrared sauna. So
yes,
the benefits on this are amazing. The mental clarity after the workout. You can feel it now, Keith. The sweat you're having isn't like a...
It's not
dying.
oppressive.
Yeah, you're not dying or anything. Even the workouts. I did 2 workouts today. I did a HIIT workout. Then I did one of the more stationary workouts. And both of those workouts, I was pouring sweat by the end of it. It's amazing. It has definitely helped myself for sure, being a guy that, you know, I've had 2 ACL surgeries. We love to joke about it on this show, but a place like HOTWORX is perfect for me. The inflammation on my knee, getting the mobility back, all those things. It's been great, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sound like such a West Coaster when I say this. It's a dry heat. You know you're in it, but it's not like a traditional sauna, like where you're having to dump water over hot coals or anything.
Yeah, that's what
like
Presley was like. What you guys are doing one in a sauna? Yes. Sauna
So
right now. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, HOTWORX Stony Brook. This is amazing.
Yeah, and I believe if you come out to the HOTWORX Stony Brook, it has to be Stony Brook. Let them know we sent you. I believe they're doing a free class trial. Free class trial. You can hop in, see if it's for you. Vince, you said they're like, what, 15 minutes?
Some are 15 minutes, and then you have like the 30-minute, 45-minute, which is where we're set up, Keith. This class that's going on the screen right here to your right is likely going to be like a 45-minute class.
Okay, I like that. I dig that. So yeah, we talked about it in the pre-show. So if you didn't get here early and weren't hanging out in the Pink Seats party deck with us, room's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and we are just rolling, and you're already starting to see it on Vince. I made the mistake of having a metal water container, so I didn't bring it in the sauna because I didn't want to burn my fingies. But no, while you're here though, while we're getting the show started, if you haven't already, I think we're doing our darndest to try and earn this. If you see us and you're just scrolling on Twitter and you saw us pop on your feed and you're like, what the hell is this? Subscribe to the State of Louisville channel. Yep. If you're a football fan, we got, from the Pink Seats podcast, the football podcast going year-round, internet's first and only podcast dedicated exclusively to the University of Louisville football program. We got a doubleheader tonight. Right after this, the boys from Starting 502 are going to take over. That's our podcast talking about the basketball program. We've got It's 502 somewhere for local culture stories. I'm working on a edit of a new episode coming out soon.
Yes.
It's going to be another fun one, man. And then for you baseball heads, we got Third and Central. We got a baseball podcast as well. It's a lot of hype around this Louisville baseball team this upcoming year, coming off the College World Series.
I'm very excited, man. I mean, it's just a different vibe whenever... I think I saw this. There's a different vibe around campus whenever all the sports are rocking. Football, baseball, and basketball, man.
Right?
It's a completely different vibe, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, so, but if you're seeing us, you haven't already, hit that follow button. Follow us on the socials, at the State of Lou. Then go to at Pink Seats Pod. Hit the follow button there for the football show. I'm at producer_Keith. He's at Vincent Lococo. Hop on, give us some follows, share some love to the program. YouTube page is like 2,300 subscribers right now. Head on over to the YouTube channel at State of Louisville. Hop in, subscribe, and then you can hop in and join the party deck for live shows for the Pink Seats Pod, like Uploaded and Coliseum Chronicles. I'm waiting for Antipas to hop in. He's one of the guys who's always here. So get in here, and then also we're about to preview big Boston College game Friday night. If you haven't got tickets yet, and you're looking for a place, hey, we all like free stuff. Head on over to the 1912 Society Discord. If you haven't already, get in there. We've retweeted it on the podcast and the State of Louisville account on Twitter multiple times. If you're able to find it over there, hop in. After the episode, I'll hop in, retweet it again. They're doing a giveaway, I believe at noon tomorrow, for some tickets for the Boston College game. If you don't have any, you're looking for some free ones, hop in, get signed up, and then while you're in there, enjoy one of the most fun places for Louisville fans to just connect and converse on the internet. boards for all sorts of separate sports. The football board's been popping off. The basketball board's been really popping off. The way I describe it, it is a place for Louisville fans, made by Louisville fans. You got links to articles from State of Louisville, from Matt McGavick. You have links to shows from Dalton Pence, our shows, all sorts of good stuff inside. Get in there.
I made a mistake. I crossed my arms, and it left a huge stain.
And with that, one last little thing. It's time to start the preview episode, but before we close the book on Miami, we gotta, without Jacob, it feels weird. Go to the Sack King.
Yeah.
No sacks.
Yeah.
Sack King segment over.
I think Jacob would give up a sack, I think he'd go sackless. Sack King segment for a victory over Miami. I think he would give that up.
I would hope he would, because I would as well. So
yeah, 100%.
No sacks, but we got to win. And frankly, that's so much more important. So, Boston College preview time, and we got some stuff. We got some big news this week. Let's start with the news today that popped off. Uniform reveal.
Yes.
They got teased. The black uniforms. They looked sharp. They were supposed to be for the Virginia game. All of a sudden, didn't show up. People were like, hey, what's going on here? Where are the black jerseys? Luckily, we got a night game the 2 weeks after. And they broke them out. And man, I thought they looked sharp. The Heisman bird helmet, striping.
It's hotter in here than it is in hell right now, because you did not complain one bit. I've never in my life.
Look, we're a school with black as one of our primary colors. The chest font matches the end zone. I think that's really sharp. They're using Heisman Louis on the back collar. I think that looks way more natural than having it on the front where we're wearing the microphones.
Yep.
The striping looks really good. I was skeptical. I thought maybe they should invert it where like white was the big stripe with red print. That red really pops. You got the helmet stripe on the helmet. Like 9.5 out of 10 jersey.
Oh, I give it 10. That for me, that's a 10. That's just clean, man. That is a...
The only reason I'm not going 10 is because default is the 10.
Oh,
and then all whites. It's like a 9.7.
No, all whites is definitely a 10 too. You can have multiple 10s. It's okay.
Look, it's the Russian genetics in me. I've got to be the strict judge.
Yeah, fair.
But all in all, sharp uniforms for the upcoming game. And there's one other big piece of news that got announced, and it's the first time it's ever happened. The show was created in 2019.
Yeah.
And started actually going to campuses and doing like the pregame show touring thing in 2020. And finally, 5 years later, the Huddle, ACC Network's The Huddle, is coming to Louisville.
Yeah.
And look, one thing I'll say about this fan base, they can be a little bit fickle with like the weather or team performance or trying to beat traffic leaving the game. But if you give them an excuse to get out and party, maybe imbibe in some delicious Surfside all day, they'll do it.
I think it'll be a lot like the college game day atmospheres of past, Keith. I mean, it'll be a great environment. I don't know if I'll make it out there for it. I probably will.
I'll be out there.
I knew you would be out there for sure. I mean, I haven't been out to the alley yet this year, so I might. That's where they're putting them, right?
Yeah, they're putting them in the alley. They're opening up I put it in the notes, the Celia lots. 2441 South Floyd Street for free parking. They're opening that up at least for the morning. Lot opens at 9 a.m. so you can get in. Alley opens at 9 a.m. Show starts at 10, and then man, it is hot. Show starts at 10, goes until noon, hang out until the games start, and then they're gonna basically expect people who parked in the Celia lot to get up, get out, and then regular game day. But I think they're opening the regular lots at noon. They're opening them extra early. Okay. So people can get out there and have a really good time before the BC game. I hope to see a lot of you out there because I'm really excited.
There should be a lot of people out there. I mean, although BC isn't the opponent that gets people, up and crazy, it'll still be, coming off the Miami win, basketball season.
Hey, we're a top 25 ranked team, man.
Exactly. you give, like you said, Keith, you give this fan base, our fan base loves to have fun. We have no problem going to a basketball game Friday night and then showing our asses right back up the next day for some fun,
Exactly.
especially night game. Drink all the Surfside you want Friday night,
Yeah.
recover in the afternoon, go tailgate, and then you got your night game football.
It's too easy. It's too perfect. I expect to see a lot of students out here for this, because if there's anyone who loves an excuse to drink all day, it's college kids.
Yeah, drink all day and definitely just get that. I think our student section is definitely getting more student section-y, you know,
Right.
and they might want to get that picture, you know, the night game, crowd going crazy pictures. So yeah, I'm expecting a big crowd for sure.
I certainly hope so. Again, 1912 Society, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, get in there and get them. It was hilarious, though. You look at the resale market tickets for this game, and they tripled in price after the Miami game.
Good.
It's like, oh, we're good now.
Good for that. Good for that.
So, Boston College preview. And, folks, it's a bit of a tricky one, because you want to look, and, like, you want to show an overwhelming amount of respect for every opponent. I think that's fair. I found it tough, man, watching this Boston College team, just because they already didn't have the highest expectations in the world. This team has been devastated by injuries.
It's a pretty boring watch. Like,
it's a very
Bill O'Brien offense. Defense is very Bill O'Brien. Like, it just is. It's like an outdated. They look like an outdated football team in a lot of ways.
It's especially if you're at a program like Boston College that's spending the resources Boston College does. Like, I occasionally have the take where, like, even at Louisville, we're a program where we're not the biggest spenders in the world. Can we afford to run a pro-style offense without having the budget to bring in just the most elite talent to run it every year? We've been making it work. Bill O'Brien's trying to do the same at Boston College, but they're just... It's a combination of not being able to recruit the dudes and also just, again, brutal injury luck this year.
Yeah.
So, offensive side of the ball, we talked about it a little bit. Very just meat and potatoes, pro-style offense. They're not going to line up and do anything too crazy.
A lot of two tight end, a lot of counter. You'll see flood route concepts. I mean, it's just not... You watch a Lane Kiffin, a Jeff Brom, Cliff Kingsbury, any of these newer style offensive schematic coaches, newer brains, it's just different. It seems like just slow.
Yeah, and not adventurous looks, and then also you just watch them, and I'm not too impressed with the players themselves. Like the O-line, they don't get a ton of push. They aren't like super elite protection in pass pro. They don't have any elite weapons at the skill position on the offensive side of the ball.
I struggled to find stuff whenever I was writing the pre-show write-up I send to press every week. I was struggling to pull stuff. And that's not shit on Boston College, man. It's just one of those seasons for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can go in and tune it. Like AJ Black, he's a friend of the show. He runs the Locked On Boston College podcast network. And I was like tuning in and trying to chat with him a little bit before to prepare for what to expect. And man, like they're already just season's over.
Are they hot seating Bill?
I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, he's a hometown guy, and it's also a program where
that was genuine. I don't.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a hometown guy and also they're a program where expectations have to match investment.
Yeah,
he's not some super highly paid coach, and they're not giving a ton of money to the football team. So they realistically shouldn't expect. And he won 7 games last year. Yes, minor setback year. I feel like as long as you're going to a bowl game every 3 or 4 years and not embarrassingly bad every other season, you can hang out in BC as long as you want, as long as you behave off the field. So I don't expect any crazy talk on Bill O'Brien anytime soon. Defensive side of the ball, they run a base nickel, which is basically what we run, but they just call their extra defender a true DB instead of like a rover or a star. So 4 down linemen, 2 true linebackers, and then they have 5 DBs in their base set. And again, No super elite production on the defensive side of the ball. They have 9 injured players who were like in-game contributors this season currently right
The
now.
thing
Who
that I
already
noticed when I was watching their defense is like there wasn't a lot of stuff that seemed to be disguised. The blitzes weren't really anything that was too impressive. I mean, UConn was shredding them. Now their quarterback obviously was a little bit more mobile than ours, but still, I mean, they were some of the plays we'll be showing here will, we'll show you some of the spots where we can definitely attack it. Are we good on heat right there?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm just making sure that
Keith and I, the one thing Keith and I have to monitor. I called you Keith. You can tell I've been watching too much Righteous Gemstones. But the one thing Keith and I were discussing was, man, we hope this doesn't overheat, which it shouldn't. That's the beauty of the infrared sauna.
Yeah, right. All right, so let me get it set back. Oh, there we go.
Mac.
He's popping it just in time
Perfect.
for the film study segment. We're in a hot box.
Where are y'all? What are y'all doing?
Oh, well, I'm glad you
We are
asked.
at a sponsors. Oh God.
He's messing with the film. We are at a sponsor of the show right now.
Come on.
HOTWORX Stony Brook. And the last time a couple of guys were out here and they just posted up outside and did a show, we decided, you know what, let's kick things up a notch. So we are in a currently 121 degree Fahrenheit sauna.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what it looks like. I was like, are you guys doing this in a freaking oven? Are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's infrared sauna, so you know the benefits.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Who says podcasting isn't hard?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I love that. Little red light therapy too. Did I hear that? Is there some
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were just about to dive into just a little bit of game prep for Boston College, but we'll start because we wanted to, for a little inside baseball, we wanted to try and get them on Monday. It kind of worked out great because our streaming platform crashed. Eric was at Boo at the Zoo, so we had to move our show to Tuesday. We're like, hey.
I love Boo at the Zoo, by the way.
It's the best. It's the
What's
best.
the costume this year?
Yeah, so I do actually have some unfortunate news. So I'll start with this. So I love dressing up, right? Just to be funny, to be silly. And last year I was Winnie the Pooh, and my little baby girl was a bee. So it kind of goes together: honey bee, Winnie the Pooh. And this year my wife was like, "You're not dressing up," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" So she was kind of against it. And really, the only reason I folded boys was because we're going to be gone anyway. It's like I won't be here on Halloween. I'll be at work somewhere. So I'll let her win this battle, but I will win the war. I will win the war. We're going to go harder next year. We're going to go bigger, and she might, regret that she didn't let me have this one. So we'll see. But I will tell you, at Boo at the Zoo, baby girl went as Belle, from Beauty and the Beast there, and she looks at me and goes, "Daddy, will you be Beast?" And I said, "Absolutely, I can do that."
Easy
costume.
Yep. So Emac, we gotta start off, man. Cards had a big weekend last week. What are your thoughts on the win versus Miami?
Yeah, it was huge, man. Monumentous, when you look at it. And to me, the biggest thing was how it happened. The fact that those lines of scrimmage played out of their mind. The offensive line looked so good. And I mean, going against that unit, arguably the best bookends in college football, and Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain, and they handled business. I mean, big boys standing on business, taking great pictures, looking at these boys, saying, "This is it. This is all we got." And so, man, I loved that. And seeing that they were able to rush for over 100 yards. Isaac Brown just looked fantastic. It was great to see that. He was averaging close to 8 yards a carry there. And then on the other side, I think the best offensive line in college football got held to 60 yards. I mean, it was nuts just to see the, amount of physicality, discipline, staying in their gaps, hitting guys. I mean, when Miami gets down to the goal line, it's like automatic touchdown. Not so fast. This Louisville defense really stood tall. So that to me was, truly amazing to see. And then anytime you can force an elite quarterback to throw 4 picks, I mean, that's next level stuff. So I was very impressed by kind of those 3 things there.
We preemptively got one of the questions we were talking about. We were going to ask, like, what were some of the things that Louisville did to find success in that game? So I'll sort of skip ahead. Did you expect success that the defense has had. Because, I mean, there were rumblings last year, like people were calling for Ron English to get canned, and this defense has ended up being the superstar of the team this season.
Right. That's what's so fascinating. I actually just got done with some radio here in Louisville, and they were kind of asking me that same exact question. I said, what was fascinating is I was hearing how Ron English should be fired. Everybody telling me, kind of in the offseason, in the preseason, they can't believe this guy's back. And I said, well, let's just breathe and let's just figure it out. Let's hang out. Did I think they would be the number one defense in the ACC? Absolutely not. And even going into the Miami game, I think what was interesting was, you look at Louisville's non-con schedule. It's nothing to write home about, right? Like nobody's excited about that. No one's taking any or thinking there's any real validity from a numbers standpoint when you're playing teams of that caliber. And so I had questions. I was like, is this valid? Is this team truly, having one of the best defensive performances this year? And then it does get validated against Miami in a big, big way with all the turnovers, eliminating the run, not shutting it down, taking it away. I mean, there was no run threat from Miami. And so, yeah, I think it's really impressive. And can you hang your hat on that the rest of the year? I mean, probably a year coming into this thing, we thought the offense could score 45, 50 points a game just because of the weapons and the explosive nature of Isaac Brown and company. And it has been a pleasant surprise to see that this team can absolutely win, on the defensive side of the ball and hold their own.
Could you tell a big difference? And I mean, we definitely could, but I'm curious about you and Isaac, the team, whenever, we didn't have Isaac Brown fully healthy for 2 or 3 games compared to get him back fully healthy this Miami week. Yeah. And I mean, he was stellar.
Yeah, it's truly not comparable, right? Like when one's on the field and healthy, I mean, that guy is such a game breaker and he can just do so many things. I mean, you saw it, really start to emerge in the fourth quarter of the Virginia game as more of a receiver and just the things that he can do as a pass catcher out of the backfield. But then against Miami, as I mentioned, averaging 8 yards a carry or right at 8 yards a carry, the fact that they have the amount of confidence in him that on a 3rd and 10 with Keem Mesidor and Ruben Bain lined up to the left, we can check to outside zone right, and this guy can go get 20. That's different. When you have that ability, that's a big-time threat. That's a big-time weapon. And that's kind of my hope, for this rest of the year, that Duke can get healthy and Isaac can be, and those guys can truly be, the thoroughbreds that they were a year ago and that we thought they would be again here this year.
Yeah, so we're going to shift gears. We've had our time to enjoy Miami. We got to lock in and get focused on Boston College. And they put up a disappointing year. Like, they were coming off a 7-win season last year. Thomas Castellanos getting benched. They bring in a new quarterback, bring in a bunch of transfers, and it hasn't clicked this year. So you're sort of full-blown ACC guy. What's gone wrong for Boston College this year? I know they're riddled with injuries, but is it really just that simple?
Yeah, well, the injuries on top of losing the guys that they did in the portal, and one of that being, a super dynamic quarterback in Tommy Castellanos. I mean, it's a big deal, and it certainly looked like a big deal early with the success that he was having there, at Florida State and running that offense. And when things start to go downhill there, it was also kind of fascinating, for I think they turned it on a little bit last week, but for a majority of the season, like, they have not been able to run the ball. They don't look the same as a big offensive line unit. And, it's just kind of the unfortunateness of this era right now is if you're not investing at a super high level, if you don't have the NIL dollars to either keep guys or go get guys, man, you get in a really tough kind of spot here. So that seems to be where they are. And, the interesting thing for me with Louisville and specifically a Louisville-led team by Coach Braum is, okay, you have these massive wins. You have the win over the number 2 team in the country. Well, now it's time to hammer down. Now it's time. There's no slip-up game, right? There's no disappointment game. Like, we need to be so hyper-focused. And you take this team in Boston College that is wounded and you put them out. I mean, you run the ball. Look what Clemson did running the football, who has not ran the ball well all year. Louisville could rush for 300 yards Saturday night. I mean, that's kind of what I want to see, the commitment to the run, but also the body's healthy and ready to go, obviously, in the backfield.
Now, what I don't want to see is Boston College success and obviously football game. How do you see them having success, EMAC? I mean, I was not to be rude, I was struggling watching film. I mean, it was a tough watch sometimes.
No, I
But,
mean you'll have to give them the ball. I mean it won't be if we just line up our best on your best that there's no comparison. Or if you're still just thinking about how great last week was and you're not checked in and ready to dominate. I mean anybody can do that, right? If a team is taking somebody lightly, which I just have to think they won't do. Like Coach Brom has that unfortunate history where there is a letdown after a massive win every step of the way. And so can he take that next step as a coach? Can his teams take that next step as a program and put that behind you? I mean, I dealt with that at Clemson when we first started winning back in 2011. I mean, we saw a pretty number by our name and we took a breath and we took a team for granted and they hammered us in an NC State team that we had no business losing to. But we did, and we allowed that to snowball, unfortunately, to drop a couple of games there. So I think that's the biggest thing, man.
2016 when we lost to Clemson too. No, we ended up losing to Houston that year, and that's what snowballed our season. We thought we should be ranked in the top whatever because of the game we played against you all and everything like that. Lamar, we're like, no way, we should be in the top four, and sure enough, we go out there and get our asses kicked.
It's part of it.
So we can't have you on not talk about the Tigers. Hasn't been the best season. Like what has to turn around over there for them to right the ship? Because I refuse to think they're done. Just the amount of talent on the defensive side of the ball is overwhelming. Yeah. So I refuse to say they're dead until every game has been played. What do they have to do to right the ship?
Before you get going, Mac, I'm a guy that, like, every year when we played you all, we would go in and be like, oh, they're down this year, or they're this, they're that, and you all would win national championship, the comp, and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I don't really believe everyone. Like, even going every week you all play, I'm like, it's still Clemson. It's still Clemson.
Yeah, just let me start by saying this. Y'all can pepper me. You can try to embarrass me. You can try to question my manhood. I'm not betting you anything on that game. I already accept the fate. I know what's going to happen that Friday night when the Tigers come to town. But you're right. It's weird. It's unfortunate. And, I mean, it's almost unexplainable. I have done many a film review. I have ran around in circles. If I showed you the walls in my house, you'd look like a psychopath just writing, what's going on? What's happening? How's this happening? I'm joking, but it's a lot. It's a lot wrong. And it's truly unimaginable how it's happening, where the deficiencies are at quarterback, at offensive line, defense in general, but specifically maybe the defensive line. Just not holding up their end of the bargain of what we thought at all. And it's not like it's 70 new players, and it's also not like it's the number one returning production team and they went 7-5. I mean, this was a playoff caliber team. This was an ACC championship team that had every single soul back. And so, it was just baffling, honestly, at the end of this thing. So what do they need to do? I don't know. Check their manhood, get healthy, and play for that name on your back and play for the paw on the side of your helmet, because that's about all you're playing for right now. I mean, you look at who they play: Duke, you guys, Furman, and then South Carolina to end the year there. They've got to figure it out. I mean, you're talking about a potential game against South Carolina at their house to go bowling. I mean, that is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So I imagine there will be a lot of off-season changes, whether that's coaching staff, coordinator on the offensive side, position coaches, personnel within the team, players within the team. I mean, I am anticipating some seismic shifts if Clemson wants to be nationally relevant ever again.
Right. The thing I love about Dabo, you mentioned the guys coming back and being retained, and Jeff Brom and company have done a phenomenal job with TJ Capers and another couple of AJ Green, all these other guys. But TJ Capers specifically, can you just speak on it a little bit for a 5-star kid to come in and sit for TJ is our highest rated recruit of all time, right, Keith?
He's like 3rd or 4th.
Exactly. Yeah. For a kid to come in this day and age, NIL era, where it's so common to sit and, or to sit 1 year, 2 years and be like, it's not working out, I'm going to another school. How much how awesome is that for Coach Braum to be able to retain players like that?
No, it's tremendous, and I think what was, really the cherry on top of kind of that conversation and thought process was Chris Bell, and I had him on our podcast earlier this week, and I asked him that because I was interested just with the coaching change, and do you want this? Do you want that? He said, I'm loyal to Louisville. I love this place. When I came here, I wanted to stay here, and just hearing that is still a thing in this transfer portal era, in this NIL era. It is amazing. And it's crazy to say that, but it is. And, I think Coach Braum and company obviously have a huge piece to do that. And I think he can sell this community like no one else can. I think he can sell this school like no one else can. That's why it's such an amazing, thing when you have alumni, back as coaches, specifically head coaches. And you look, at what Georgia Tech's doing. You look at what Georgia's doing. You look at what you guys are doing. And all three of those schools have an alumni leading the way, have a former player leading the way there. So I think it's amazing, and I love it, man.
Yeah, let's just not look at Boston College talking about alumni coach. Give them a year. So, know what else is an amazing thing? The Huddle. We talked about it in the offseason. We were going to get you here one way or another. I was in the DM saying, hey, we're getting a UFL team. We're getting you up here one way or another.
Yep.
So we finally got the Huddle on campus Saturday. And we talked about, they're probably going to put you in the alley, which, did they show you what it is, or are you still just flying blind? They're throwing us in an alley? What are they talking about?
Right. No, so you said that. A couple other people said that. And I was like, shit, we better be in the alley. All these people saying this, we better be there. And we are. And I cannot freaking wait, man. I am excited out of my mind to be live, to be in Louisville, that great community, those great fans, and amazing football team for the first time ever in Huddle history.
Wow.
And so I hope everybody shows up. I hope you show out, and really just that's good for the league, right? Like, it shows people care about their brands, and it's a marquee thing. And this is a marquee city for us to hopefully be frequent flyers in, not only the remainder of this season, but for years to come. And I just think what a great opportunity to put your foot forward. So that's what I'm hoping for. Like you said, 10 a.m., we'll start our show, go to noon. They're opening parking lots earlier. They're putting us in the marquee spot. It's all there. We just need people to show up. So go get some signs. Let's make this thing like College Game Day. Florida State was our best group ever so far. I think Louisville has a shot here if we all buy in.
We definitely have a shot. The College Game Day crews that we have pulled in the past, I have a good feeling about what you guys, the crowd you guys are going to have. What food spot have you found a food spot?
Have you gotten recommendations?
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, I'm interested to hear kind of from you guys. I have a list on Twitter. I'll have to kind of go through it. But the place that is near and dear to my heart is Jeff Ruby's, and I will be going there at some point. I don't know when, I don't know what day, but I need you to load me up with some other things, some lunch spots, some breakfast spots. I've got some time here in Louisville, so I need to fill it up.
Well, lunch, obviously, one of our sponsors is Kern's Corner, who does a really good flat top cheeseburger, cash only, hole in the wall on Bardstown Road. That is phenomenal spot that you would love. Perfect vibes for you.
Depending on when you get here, Friday special clam chowder too.
That's true.
They got a hookup in the Northeast.
We're there.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's super low key, like dive bar sort of feel to it.
That's lunch. I'm lifting at 10:30 Friday. I'm gonna break down that weight room, and then I'm going straight there. I can't wait.
There you go. So you might want to 10:30. There's a great breakfast spot over there by Churchill Downs that has it's called Wagner's. Has been around for years.
I've been to Wagner's.
You've been there? Okay,
yeah.
That's
the spot.
Yeah, it's a good spot too. Breakfast, Twig and Leap, man. I could go on for hours.
Obligatory barbecue spot mention.
Of course.
Wings, and I'm a big fan of the beef rib they have there. Mama's mustard and pickle barbecue.
Yeah. Maybe that's Saturday
phenomenal
night
wings.
The game. Little pregame there.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. So when are you getting to town? We talked a little bit about like potentially getting out. We got a show coming up here in 30 minutes, pregame in that scrimmage. So
I can't wait. So I'll be there late Thursday night. Like I said, we've got lifting Friday morning. We're going to do the whole song and dance, a little bit of TV. Then we get to go see hoops. Cannot wait. We'll be there to see you guys beat down Kentucky. Cannot absolutely wait. And then, who knows where the night will go from there. And then, of course, all Saturday we're rolling.
I love it. Wrong KU. We got Kansas for the
Oh,
exhibition.
Kansas. Excuse me. I got too
If you
excited.
want to come up,
Too excited.
hey,
That's funny.
if you want to come up, we got the Tigers that Friday. It's the same week as the Kentucky game. Get you up
I'm
here
just
for
staying
it.
here for the whole weekend.
So no, that's exciting, and we're really excited to have you all here for the huddle. I'm looking forward to being out there nice and early. I know we talked about some possible apparel situation we can get you set up with.
Yes.
Just say the word.
I'm ready. I think there's some other people working on that too. I think we're gonna have some options. We're gonna have some good
Okay.
options for
I love it.
representing that L proudly.
I love it. Eric, thank you so much for hopping on with us. I hope this is the first time you've ever joined a podcast with two guys in an infrared sauna.
I just wish you gave me the heads up. I've got the red light downstairs. We could have made this a party.
That'd been hilarious. If you would have showed up in an infrared sauna too, that would have really been fun.
We'll do it next
I
time.
was looking for just the instant reaction of him. What are these guys doing?
Yeah, I was talking to the owner. I was like, "We're having one of the big ACC guys on tonight. We're doing it in a sauna, so he's either gonna think it's really funny or stupid."
It looks flawless, boys. We look great.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you again so much. If you haven't already, hop on over. One, watch the ACC Network. Watch them over on ESPN. Hop on over. It's Gramlich and Mac Lain for one show, and then correct me on the name of the show you do with Aaron Murray.
Yeah, Mac and Murray, man. Just if there's a
Mac and
podcast,
Murray.
I'm on it. All right, so just find it anywhere you can. Boys, it's great to see you. Can't wait to see you in person in a couple hours. We're getting close.
Yes, sir.
Right?
I cannot wait.
Be here before you know it.
Yep. Appreciate you, Emac.
See y'all.
Thanks, Eric.
Good, baby.
Yep.
Go Cards. All right.
Had him. Perfect.
Great.
You can keep going with my phone on the show notes if you want. So you don't
Oh,
have to
no,
worry.
we're good. So, yeah.
No, it's not pasties underneath. I saw that comment. The shirt's fully gray now.
Yeah,
it's done.
He's saturated. I wore moisture wicking, and it's already starting to show. So, just to go through a couple players to know on the Boston College side. They're not starting Dylan Lonergan, which I thought was kind of a surprise. They're going with Grayson James. He's a veteran quarterback, can move a little bit. I think he's like their second highest rusher on the team. Again, don't expect too much. They do have a phenomenal name at running back.
I completely agree. I wrote about that in the article I have coming out later. That Turbo is the most elite running back name. And honestly, Keith, he's a pretty good running back. I saw a play against UConn that I'm sure that they wish broke. That they ran a counter play. He got around the outside and shoelace tackle, man, that saved his ass. But he's pretty damn good. I wasn't too impressed, honestly, with their quarterback. I think this is one that we can fully take advantage of, especially with how well we played Carson Beck. If we build on that and continue on that, I think we could have a lot more turnovers this week.
Yeah, and especially look, we were able to hold Mark Fletcher and Miami's offensive line to less than 60 yards total rushing, or pardon me, less than 70 yards total rushing. We should be able to bully any team into not being able to run between the tackles. The only other offensive player that I had mentioned was Lewis Bond, wide receiver. He is by far their number one target. They are looking to go to him every down. He's not a huge dude, like 5'10", like a $190. Not a huge dude, not overly quick. The kid's just a damn good football player.
Is that their leading receiver?
Yes.
He has no touchdowns on the year, too.
Yeah.
That is a stat that I saw that is insane to me, that your leading receiver doesn't have any touchdowns this late into the season. Another thing I noticed, Keith, is their two leading tacklers for the defense, DBs.
Yeah.
That's not
good.
Whenever they get to this, I mean, that means that running backs are getting to the second level and you're giving up coverages. Like, it's just not good.
Yeah, two safeties are leading their team in tackles. So it's, look, I'm trying to keep this like it's respectful and not just kick a team while they're down.
Right.
We should be able to get up to the second. If Isaac runs against Boston College like he did against Miami, he might legitimately have 300 yards.
Now, the offensive line can't sit here and say, okay, we did this against Miami. We dominated X, Y, and Z, which they really didn't in a lot of ways. When you look at the numbers and the statistic you showed, I think Presley sent it in to us, where we rank and push and things like that. But you just can't come out flat. If they come out flat, then Boston College will get on your ass, and we could potentially lose this game. And then we could have that Braun blunder.
And that transitions exactly into the matchups to watch for this game. The first one was, okay, O-line, how do you look in a game where not every single play is being schemed to account for you? Can you make the plays, make the blocks to break your running backs open, and can you pass protect so that we can actually have some plays develop downfield? We tried that once against Miami, and it was the only sack allowed in the game.
Yeah.
So can you hold up against a underwhelming Boston College pass rush?
Yeah.
Next big matchup I had featured Miller Moss versus himself.
That's a good one, Keith. That's a very good one.
Can we go another game without any back-breaking stupid mistakes? You heard it from Eric. The way Boston College wins is we just keep giving them the ball and giving them points. You can't do that at any level of football. He did a great job against Miami, not making the back-breaking mistake to submarine us. Let's string a couple games together. Don't let that Long John Silver's ad go to your head.
I mean, it's the old James Winston quote that Drew Brees gave him. You know, we don't need you to be Batman all the time. Be Batman when it's time to be Batman. You know, it's okay to be Bruce Wayne. It's, you know, Miller just needs to play a consistent, mistake-free football game. And you don't need to take the top off of everything. You can hit a check down. You can take 5 and just and live to see another down, man, or throw the ball away.
Yeah, Chris Paul proved checkdowns can yield great results for you.
Exactly.
Which that goes into the next matchup. Your marquee skill position players. So Bell, Lacey, Brown.
Big day.
How do you fare against a very pedestrian defense?
Yes.
Can you be game breakers? Can you make those big plays?
The thing I noticed, Keith, specifically watching the UConn game, is how much UConn's wide receivers were just tearing up Boston College's receivers in one-on-one matchups. And I like to think that we have better wide receivers than UConn.
You'd think.
So the matchup is going to be huge this week with the wide receivers and the DBs. And, you know, Chris Bell and Colin Lacey both are going to have to be they're going to have to do very well with their eyes like they usually do. That's going to be huge for the rub routes, the drag routes that we saw so much success with last week against Miami.
Yeah. A quick one I didn't have written down, but just can the D-line continue to just suffocate the run game and force teams to be one-dimensional?
Yeah.
I didn't write it down because I assume it's a given, but you never know. The last one I had written down, Jeff Brom versus the narrative.
Yep.
We got the big game Brom. Can we avoid the post-big game refractory period?
I don't like that Brom blunder has become a term. So in order to eliminate the term, you have to win the football game this week.
I mean, especially in a game that's as big of a spread as this one. Yep. And we'll use this to transition into the prediction segment. This is a 25.5 point spread. For reference, that's close to, if not exactly what the spread was for Notre Dame versus NIU last season. So it's not impossible. Highly improbable, not impossible. Can you go out there, not be stubborn, scheme up a good game, and put down what should be an inferior opponent? So, like I said, 25.5 was the spread as of a couple hours ago before we hopped in the sauna. Best odds I saw were at Fanatics Sportsbook. Again, feel free to check them out for yourselves. Find the place you want to play responsibly. And I'll tell you to go to any book you want until one sponsors us. So
I guess you don't have to tell them to play responsibly either, since you're not.
I mean,
you're not advertising for a book or anything, so you can be as irresponsible as Keith wants.
This is what's the soccer coach show?
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I'm saying it says live. You do what you like. Live. So, Jacob. After the picks last week, you and Jacob got the wins. I got the loss. More than happy to wear that.
Where are we at? Where are we at now?
So Jacob has the lead by 1 game.
And you and I tied?
We're tied.
Okay.
So
wow.
We had Jacob get his pick in first. 25.5 was the spread we were using. And Jacob is rolling with the cards. He thinks we're going to see a big game. We're going to cover a really big point spread. I picked before you last week. So now, Vince, it's your turn in the cycle. We're tied.
Until numbers tell me otherwise, I think we're going to win this game, but I think we're going to get a little Brom blunder-ish
Okay.
territory-ish. Until we see numbers differently, Keith. I mean, there are too many numbers that support. At this point, it's a stat, and it's a problem. We talked about it on last year's show after we lost to Stanford. I mean, we never would have thought we were losing to Stanford. So I'm going to say we win, but don't cover.
25.5 is a really, really big spread. And man, you threw a wrench. I thought you were going cards here, and I thought this was going to be my opportunity to make up.
No.
I was picking Boston College as well. 25.5 is a huge spread. I think we win this game handily. I think we get out, get ahead, and hell, we might even see backups in the second half.
That's how I feel too, Keith. I guess Brom blunder isn't really the right term I used, but
Yeah.
what you're more saying is definitely how I'm feeling.
So Boston College, they play a pro style of game, and obviously when you're going up against an opponent that outmatches you, you want to slow down the tempo of the game. You want to take control. You want to limit possessions. So I don't necessarily think it's a product of Boston College just stopping us. I think they play a ton of bend, don't break defense. So we'll probably see some long methodical drives out of us getting down the field, maybe a couple drives that stall out, lead to some Ranvier or Keller field goals, and then them hold the ball, maybe pick up a couple of first downs, boot it, pin us back deep. And it could just be like a slow, like I say slow when it comes to actual pace of play. This could be like a 2.5, 3 hour game where just we're cooking through the game clock.
For sure.
And it's just hard for me to see us running away by 26 plus.
That's where I'm at. That's a huge spread, man. So I'm going to take BC.
So me and Vince taking BC in the points. Somewhere Matt McGavick's smiling down on us.
He's
Jacob taking the cards. So we'll see how those picks play out. And we'll be back with you on Monday.
Probably not in a sauna.
Hopefully not in a sauna for the recap episode of the Boston College game. Again, get out there early for the huddle if you can. Yeah. We really want to put a good showing, and we want to get these shows out here more often. The school's making an effort, opening up a free lot, opening up the alley early so you can go in, get lubed up. I hope they have the food trucks going early. I haven't seen anything on that, but you would think if the alley's going, the food's going.
Yep.
Get in there early, have a great time, and then at noon you can either roll straight into your on-campus parking spot tailgate, maybe roll back, recover for a couple hours, then get back out to the stadium for a big night game. We got a national spotlight on us for this game. Let's go out and put our best foot forward.
And before Keith signs us off, I definitely want to say make sure you guys hang around for Starting 502 podcast, which is going to be starting right after Keith and I hop off of this recording.
Yeah, they should be starting 5-10 minutes, I believe, as soon as we wrap things up. So if you're big into basketball and you're excited about Kansas scrimmage, stay tuned in and stay ready for that. I want to wish just the biggest thanks to HOTWORX out in Stony Brook for having us. This detox sauna show has been so much fun.
Don't forget, come out here, Stony Brook location.
Free trial.
Yep, mention our name, 1 free trial. And you'll fall in love with it. I mean, it's impossible not to. You get an amazing sweat in here, amazing workout. It's fun. I tried it once and signed up. My fiance didn't even try it. She saw how individual these workouts are in a sauna room and said, this is my thing, and signed up immediately.
Yeah, it's like a one-on-one session with a fitness instructor almost. It's wild how cool this is. So huge thanks again, the HOTWORX in Stony Brook. Friendly reminder, ticket giveaway in the 1912 Society. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I'll be retweeting the Discord link after the show. Hop in there, get signed up, get in those giveaways, and try to get in. We're giving away so many tickets to this game. It's in double digits at this point. So get in, get an opportunity to get yours. Again, if you're listening to the audio version of the show, make sure you subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, like, rate, review. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. You can dingle the little bell so you get notifications every time a video goes up. Every time we go live, you can hop in and join the conversation in the Pink Seats Party Deck. Party Deck, thank you all for tuning in and bringing the energy as always. I appreciate the heckling from me and Vince.
Yes, Party Deck, stay tuned for Virginia Tech game location. Keith and I will be dropping that here the next coming weeks, I'm sure.
So be on the lookout for that. Got another watch party for the road game against Virginia Tech. With that being said, I think the Starting 502 boys want to get in here. So
drinks are said.
On behalf of my friend Vincent Lococo, I'm producer Keith, and as always, go Cards!